Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Alchemy Collective Consciousness Global Meditation of February 11th, 2025. Today is Tuesday. The Alchemy Collective Consciousness is a group of light beings who come across time and space to support a planet and its people at the time of the awakening. The Alchemy speak through our channel, Ana-La-Rai, and we have been co-creating for 12 years now. Amazing. And on this note, I will pass you back to Ana-La-Rai.
Thank you, Sarala. Welcome, everybody. So glad to have you here. And let's get started. I've got a couple of quick announcements. So the first one you will see on your screen is the Alchemy Gatherings. So we have laid out both gatherings for this year. Usually we only show you one. Our in-person gathering will be in Mexico, returning to Guadalajara, 90 minutes outside of Puerto Vallarta. That is Saturday, November 1st to Saturday, check out Saturday, November 8th. And that's in person only. So if you have the opportunity to join us, it will be really spectacular. And we spend some holiday time while we're there too, because we take most of the afternoons off. So you get some beach vacation as well. And our online gathering is going to be on Sunday, April 13th. And that is the week before Easter, finishing on the Thursday, the 17th. And that will be online only. And I'm not sure if Christian has them on the website or not yet. I think they will be up this week if they aren't already. All right. And so we hope you will consider joining us for one or both. So that is the Alchemy Gatherings for 2025. And then tomorrow, I have with my company, Sparkles of Love, we have the Advanced Opportunity Full Moon, and that is called Honoring the Love You Are. And those are 1 hour sessions. It's at 3 p.m. Pacific time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern time. And it is always recorded. So if you can't join us live, you will be able to receive the recording within a couple hours after we finish. All right. All right. So, okay. So let's get connected to the light and just see, feel, or sense as we bring in that pure source light. And I'm going to ask each of you to consciously connect to your highest self. And just see that beautiful golden disc before you. And as you step upon it, it's bigger than a dinner plate. Okay, as you step upon it, feel as it brings you up, up, up to the alchemy's field. Beautiful. Beautiful. And here you'll see this gorgeous field filled with wild flowers and long grasses, and there's huge trees on either side. And if you look down the field, you'll see this beautiful crystal. It's huge. It's the size of an old oak tree. It's quartz-like in color and texture, and it's the alchemy's home crystal. And they invite each of you to walk down or travel down on your golden disc and go in a circle around the crystal so we can get connected. And in one moment here, I'll just bring through the alchemy. Greetings. We are the alchemy. And on this day, we greet you. It is our pleasure to be present with you, and we call forth on Ana-La-Rai, Christian, Karila, and Mother Gaia to step into the crystal. For we run our energies only in group consciousness, and we will create a group heart for our time together. And see or feel or simply trust now as a rainbow ray. We send it down from source through the dimensions down into Ana-La-Rai's body here within the crystal, and it comes out her heart and connects with each of you, this beautiful rainbow ray. And just feel as the vibrations of love and peace flow to each of you. And as you hear Ana-La-Rai yawn on the physical, know the vibrations are rising again. And see or feel now as Christian, Karila, and Mother Gaia all receive rays with the purple, green, platinum, and blue flowing down an equal line of each. They are no longer braided. And see or feel now as Christian sends this beautiful ray with purple, blue, platinum, and green directly to your heart. And it comes out the back of your physical body and wraps around this whole group until it connects in the back of your heart once again. As well, for those listening to this recording at any time in the future. And Karila and Mother Gaia also send their identical ribbon or ray with the 4 colors and connect with your heart. So you are here standing on the golden platform around the crystal. You are connected to Ana-La-Rai, to Christian, to Karila, to Mother Gaia, and to each other. And behind you are many beautiful rows of beings. There are 11 rings of angels, and then a ring of enlightened ones, or what you call ascended masters. There is a ring of mythical creatures, and a ring of the alchemy, high council, and all its members. And then the newest addition in 2025 to our group is the next layer, our geometric shapes, beings of sound, light, and color, who are in geometric shapes. And the outer ring here are the star sphere beings, spherical beings beyond this time and space, who are all here to help co-create the Great Awakening and support Mother Gaia, Karila, and humanity. So just feel as all of those vibrations come forth and connect you. And today, as requested, we are going to share information and the experience of what you call the Angelic Healing Grid that was created last year and then activated in September at the gathering, at our Muskoka gathering on Sunday, the 22nd of September. And they went through this process and were asked to give it a try for 3 months or so. And we have heard no feedback. So we are under the assumption, those of you that were present for that Sunday, and have been using the Angelic Resonance Grid because we changed the name from Angelic Healing Grid to Angelic Resonance Grid. How many of you, raise your hands, have been using it that were present with us that day, online or in person? Beautiful. So some of you have, and so we are going to assume that it is working properly. Is this correct? So we're putting hands down. Those of you that have been using it, are you finding it working in the manner that was laid out? All right. So we are going to go ahead and share today the process of how to use it and then take you through it. So this global meditation will be a little different. And so the first thing to know is that it was renamed. It is not what we would call a healing grid. We feel that that name, the Angelic Healing Grid, is misleading. But we will explain all of that. So the new name is the Angelic Resonance Grid. The Angelic Resonance Grid. And the purpose of this grid that was taken several months to co-create with you is to support the healing of the human body. Support the healing of the human body for humanity. And what we will do, there are many steps in this process, and what we will do is we will get them typed out and place them on the website in the next week. So you can just pay attention now. If you don't want to make notes, that is fine. We will get that available for you. And it is, the focus is not on Gaia, but to support and assist those in human form with physical and emotional healing. To support them in the physical and emotional healing process. And we are going slow today because Ana-La-Rai is reading from our notes that were made that day, so we want to make sure that we are very accurate. And as you may remember, the grid is held by the angels. The grid is held by the angels. And that's where the part of the name came from. And we shared at that time that all on planet Earth have some sort of angelic lineage. And it will help you to resonate with the angelic energy on a cellular level. So this grid helps you to resonate with the angelic energy. The angelic energy of the grid and within yourself on a cellular level. And on a planetary scale, as you awaken, you are resonating more and more with the angelic energies. And the grid, the angelic resonance grid, continues to upgrade automatically as the energies on the planet increase. So you don't have to worry that in 2026 that you are getting 2024 energies. And the reason we renamed it is that it doesn't heal you. It supports your healing. So it doesn't eliminate the need for clearing. So you still need to clear. You still need to do healing and clearing. And this is going to support the process. And what we shared is this lifetime, your clearing or your healing this lifetime is partially about extending your physical body lifetime. Extending the physical body lifetime. So in these times, as the vibration on your planet changes, you all have the potential of living much longer as the energy on the planet continue to increase as you near the Great Awakening. That doesn't mean you will choose to do it, but it is a potential. And we feel that most people would continue to choose to live longer under that condition of being healthy. We know that when you're unhealthy, it is much more challenging. Clearings that you are doing, any that you are doing now, are being magnified. And of course, your clearings benefit future lifetimes. And as we encourage you weekly to continue to do your clearing and to raise your vibration, we want you to understand that that constant lower vibration, if any of you are still in that constant lower vibration where you are in victimhood and anger and sadness and so many, when you are not in peace and joy, it will not give the body the opportunity to regenerate to a healthy long life. So it prevents the regeneration. The angelic resonance grid will help you to resonate with the angelic frequency because you all have a resonance, a lineage with the angelics. So the grid helps you to resonate with that energy, with angelic frequencies. The body will start accepting healing in an easier, faster way when you are using this grid. The body will be more receptive to any type of healing that you are doing when you're using this grid. So the type of healing doesn't matter. So before we explain to you how to use this grid, which questions do you have for the angelic resonance grid? So utilizing the angelic resonance grid will boost your healing abilities and any healing you are receiving. So we are going to explain the process here. So then we think that will answer your question. The question is it automatically applied every time you do healing, or do you need to call it in? Yes, you're going to have to actually utilize it. So let us go through the steps. And any of you that want to, we will go a little bit slow so you can write it down if you wish. We will post it in the next week or so. So first of all, we would say that you go to the location on the grid that you're familiar with, because many of you helped co-create and you had locations on Earth where you would go to. This is a place of nature, and you're going to go near the angel, which is within the earth. So we will ask Christian to reference a date of one of the previous meditations if you want to redo one of them so you have a memory of the location. One says, can we use the grid if you're not at the workshop? Yes, many of you helped us during the weekly meditations for several weeks to create it. Anyone on planet Earth is going to be able to use this and is encouraged to use it, but you just need to know how. So we would highly recommend that if it has been a long time or you weren't part of the original crew that helped co-create the grid, to listen to a specific meditation first, and then you can listen to the instructions as we have here today, so that you have a visual in your mind about the grid around the earth. So we'll ask Christian to pick one of the formal runs and to add it along. If you remember everything where you used to go and what the grid looked like, then you don't need to re-listen. That is up to you. So you are going to go to a location on the grid you're familiar with. It is always in a place of nature, and you are going to go near the angelic being, okay, which is anchored within the earth. And now consciously, you are going to put your feet on the grid. Place your feet on the grid. So this is a conscious process. You're going to have to do it each time you want to up your healing. We know you like automatic things that just happen, but this is still a time on your planet when you must consciously make choices. And once you've done it a few times, it is very quick. So consciously, you are putting your feet on the grid. The grid is on the surface, but it is connected to the unity grid, 6 feet or 2 meters underneath. So the angelic resonance grid lays on the surface of the earth, but is connected to the unity grid, which is 6 feet or 2 meters below the earth's surface. And we will practice this, so you don't have to be practicing yet. If we have time, we will practice today. Otherwise, we will, again, next week, we will actually practice as a group. So next, you are going to make a statement, and this will be important for you to have in your notes. And this is the part we talked about consciously. And so you're going to say these words. I am consciously connecting to the angelic resonance grid now. I am consciously connecting to the angelic resonance grid now. Not healing grid, resonance grid. So your statement you're going to make after you put your feet on the grid is, I am consciously connecting to the angelic resonance grid now. So this statement is like the activation, and that's why it is important. Now then you are going to start your healing process with the tools of your choice. Whether you are using Reiki, pranic healing, something else, anything. Tools and processes of your choice. And for those of you that use healing chambers, you can still go to that place and choose to bilocate. So you can be connected to the angelic resonance grid and in your healing chamber at the same time. And those in the Amplified Mastery Program, we will discuss on Wednesday a little difference for you. So this is the process when you are doing the self-healing. And we're going to talk about working on others in a minute. So when you are complete, when your healing session is over, you disconnect from the angelic resonance grid with a simple statement, I am complete. So you need to disconnect from the grid with a simple statement. And your statement when you start is very important, using those words. When you complete, you can say, I'm complete, I disconnect from the grid. You could use a variety of different words. And we would say that we'd like, I now disconnect from the grid. So other important information is once per week at bedtime, you can lay down on the grid and sleep overnight. Again, you may not be doing any healing, but you are moving into the resonance of the angelic energies. So you, at nighttime, once a week, you can lay down, you can connect with the grid, lay down on it, visualize yourself laying down on it, and just sleep and move into resonance with the energies. There is no time limit on your healing process. So how long you can stay on the grid or how long your healing process needs to be. But those of you that use the full spectrum rainbow light, you cannot combine it because they work differently. So we want you to understand in this last year and a half and continued on in this year that Ana-La-Rai is being guided and given many new healing tools and opportunities. So for this angelic resonance grid, it was co-created for all of humanity to be able to use. It is very easy to use, very, very easy. These simple steps, you go there, you consciously step on it, you make your statement, And then you start whatever healing you do. And when you're done, you say, I am now disconnecting from the grid. So it is supporting, it is amplifying and supporting your healing. So let us see here. So we will practice next week. So next week will be part 2. We will quickly go through the statements. We will have them on the screen for you. And the first time you're going to do it, you're going to go onto the grid for 20 to 30 minutes without any healing. So the very first time, and we will do that next week, you will not do any healing, but you will be on the grid for 20 or 30 minutes just to attune, to align with the energies. All right. So let us see. There were some questions. So is it automatically applied every time, or do you have to call on it? Yes, you must go there and do as we have suggested. That takes you a few seconds. Does it include self-healing? Yes, it is for self-healing. Can we use the grid if we weren't at the workshop, only joining the weekly meditations? Of course, it is for everyone. Is the grid on the surface? Yes. You said we can find out your natural location. Just go back and look where you were working. So you can go anywhere on the grid, but for many of you, as you were part of this process, let's see. Well, we can tell you countries. We did not write names with them because that was up for you. So you traveled many times to the same place, if you can remember that. And some of you were anchors and some of you were helping the angel. Now there are no human anchors. It is just the angelic beings that are holding the grid. So we had one, Ana-La-Rai and Christian did the Arctic and Antarctic. We had Canada, USA, Russia, China, Brazil, Australia, Sweden, Argentina, Kenya, Belgium, Ireland, Senegal, Chile, Jordan, Peru, France, South Africa, Ethiopia, Lebanon, Germany, Korea, Cambodia, Mexico, Venezuela, Aruba, Mongolia, Vietnam, Eritrea, New Caledonia, Madagascar, Denmark, Switzerland, England, Colombia, Thailand, Scotland, Guyana, Singapore, New Zealand, India, Nepal, Turkey, Israel, Egypt, Spain, the Maldives, Montenegro, Japan, Greenland, Holland, Jamaica, Croatia, Laos, Ghana, Libya, Afghanistan. Those were the countries that we were working with. Some of you might have sent other countries in, but these were the ones that we were working with, that many of you were on our global meditations. It doesn't matter that you return to the same one. Do these steps before sleeping on it overnight and say complete in the morning. Yes, that sounds beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, so as a Reiki practitioner, can it be utilized to heal others? For right now, we're going to say in 2025, the angelic resonance grid is for yourself. But there is no reason that you cannot ask your client to get on it first and then work on them. But the client then has to do the steps and get on it, because then they are boosting their own healing, the healing that is happening. So we think that might be a good, what you call, hack or workaround. And we will see at the end of the year where we are with all of that. But right now, it is best utilized for yourself. And everyone else can also choose, but then they are doing it for themselves. So what we will do next week when we have our global meditation, we will quickly run through the steps again, very quickly. We will have some slides with it so you can follow the steps, and we will practice. We will do your first time with no healing, where you activate or acclimate to the angelic resonance grid. So, Christian, you will call this angelic resonance grid part 1 instructions. And then next week we will do angelic resonance grid part 2 practice. And we do not remember who it was, but we thank you for reminding us to bring forth this information. And of course, we would appreciate feedback to the Alchemy 88 in emails, or we will also put something on our Facebook page that you can let us know what your experience was. Thank you, Kathy. It was Kathy. And those of you that were at our gathering or online that first day in Muskoka back in September, you could already go back because you have already been acclimated. It is and will be a powerful resonance grid. So what it does is it doesn't heal you, but it helps you go in alignment with your angelic frequencies that are at a much higher frequency than your human frequencies. So it makes the healing easier and faster, better for you. Raise your hand if that makes sense to you. Raise your hand, please. Those of you that can, if that makes sense to you. And our thanks go to Yelena as well, who was sitting beside Ana-La-Rai at the gathering, who was asked to make all the notes, to write down word for word what Ana-La-Rai, what was channeled then. And her notes were very clear and easy to read. Yes. All right. So for most of you, this makes sense. Again, it doesn't matter if you don't remember where you went. And we don't track the who. We have the ground crews, and that's about it. Because not everyone was on every global meditation. So how many of you feel this will benefit you? If you want to raise your hand, if it's a yes. It is simply remembering to step on it and activate it. Beautiful. And you may share this global meditation session on your own social medias with other people so that more and more people can utilize this. It continues to get upgraded with the new frequencies every day so that it is easier and easier to go into resonance with those angelic frequencies. And for 2025, this is for self-healing, but that doesn't mean you can't ask your client to get on it themselves first and then work on them, because their body would then be more open to receiving. But you, if you are the healer, if you are working on them, you are not on the angelic grid, because it is not boosting you in any way in when you are doing healing on others. Any other questions, beloved ones? So let us just take a few minutes, and we would just like to take 5 minutes here and fill you with a little more love. And we are, we have time to do 4 minutes. And just see or feel now as through these rays and ribbons connecting your heart and this group heart, as we send the vibrations of love and peace to each of you. Love and peace to each of you. And we shall move into the silence. Just receive. And we are now complete this day. And we look forward to seeing you next week for our global meditation on the 18th. And it will be in the morning once again, the same time at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And we shall do the angelic resonance grid. We shall do your attunement together as a group. If you wish to go ahead and do it beforehand, that is up to you. But that is what we shall be doing next week. Reviewing the process, answering your questions, and doing the 30-minute attunement. Beloved ones, we wish you a most wonderful week, and we thank you so much for being with us on Tuesdays for our global meditation. We thank you, those of you that share this so that we may find others. And our blessings and love to each of you. We are the alchemy. Thanks, everybody. See you next Tuesday. And remember, the full moon advanced opportunity is tomorrow if you want to honor the love that you are. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.